Yeah, so we released our latest record, Rescue and Restore, this summer, and the reaction's been really good. We released it on Warped Tour, so we were playing shows every day. And there was a time in the very beginning of the tour when the record wasn't out yet, but we were still playing songs from it that we had released online. So we kind of had a gauge as to how people liked the songs before it even came out, which felt good.
Yeah.
It was encouraging that people didn't hate the songs before we even released the record. The CD came out, we sold a bunch at our merch table, and people loved it. And there's always pressure with new records that you put out as a band, because you're always looking at the record before going, people loved that, or maybe they didn't, but we have to do this one even better.
Yeah.
And so in other words, you're putting pressure on yourselves, the media is putting pressure on you, and your fans are putting pressure on you. So you almost feel like, you know, the guy with the globe on top of him, feel like you have that much weight sometimes. I do, at least. And I'm just 1/5 of the band.
So you're proud of the result?
I'm very proud of the record, yeah. And a lot of that comes from just the amount of work that went into making the record. You know, when you put a lot of time into something and it actually works, it's a very good feeling. And so I'm very proud of Rescue and Restore. Yeah, I actually, it's funny you ask, because I was just walking around Brussels with my friend Elliot, who plays guitar in Bless the Fall, and he was saying something about the tour, and I said, you know what, it's been a really good tour. It's been short, and I think the trick to a successful tour in Europe is brevity. If you can keep a tour short enough to where the band is still excited to play every night, the kids are excited to come out to the shows because there aren't too many of them in the same area.
Yeah.
You'll have fun, and the shows will be good, and I think that's certainly the case on this tour. That said, I'm anxious to get home. I fly home on Wednesday, and I'm so excited. I wrote my mom an email today, like, coming home soon, can't wait, see you at the airport.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Yes, sure. Africa being one of them.
Yeah.
We've never played Africa as a continent, and it's time we get there. We've played 5 of the 7 continents. So obviously North America, Europe, Australia, and Asia. I'm missing one. Australia, Asia, North America, Europe.
South America.
South America. Yeah. Wow, it's been a long day. So we've been a lot of places, but definitely I'd like to go to Africa, particularly South Africa. I'd really like to go to Israel, you know, and Egypt and Turkey.
Oh, okay.
You know, but it'd be tricky, I think, with everything that's happening there right now. So cross your fingers, I guess. Yeah. How? Well, when you're booking a tour, you're taking several things into consideration. So one thing you're looking at is what's the size of the band. And Bless the Fall just released a record, and it did really well. They're a big band. They're a great support band because they are big and they draw a sect of people, a type of fan base that we just don't have. So it complements our show, or we call it like pads the bill. It helps the show.
Yeah.
Another thing to factor in is them as people. We've been touring with them for years. We've been all around the world, Bless the Fall. So touring with them is definitely something that we're comfortable with. And Counterparts is a band we've never toured with, but we knew that they had been here before in Europe and that they would be a great first of 3.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things to consider, but definitely the top two or top three would just be the size of the band, if we're comfortable touring with them as people, and if they have toured in the area that we're about to tour in before, and if so, how recently, so as to not oversaturate, the market.
Yeah.
From those bands, oh boy.
These two.
Bless the Fall's new record. On the new record, there's a song called Deja Vu I like.
Yep.
On Counterpart's record, I don't know song titles. I apologize.
That's cool.
But I know I can hear the songs in my head, and I like all of the songs they play. They have this really cool thing where they finish a song, and then the guitarist will like make noise with his guitar to like kind of fill the space. And I like that. And then the next song comes in.
Okay.
So the whole show's really smooth and has energy. How important is it to bring different bands
From different genres.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think it's very important, and here's why. We did a tour years ago with bands that all sounded like us, and sure, the shows were pretty full, but by the time we got up to play, it's like kids were just tired
Because they heard the same thing.
because they heard the same song 30 times, and now we were going to go up there and do it for another hour. It's not good. It's not good for the fans, and it's not good for the bands. I know I felt really stupid because it's like, I don't want to bore these people to death. Well, playing after Counterparts is Bless the Fall, who sounds nothing like Counterparts. Playing after Bless the Fall is us. We don't sound that much like Bless the Fall. So kids get a little bit of each piece of the pie, the pizza pie, and they can actually digest it all and enjoy it all because it's all very different. I think that variety is... 10 years. A decade. Man, you gotta pull the gray hairs out soon.
Not yet.
Oh man, 10 years. Well, what's funny is you start a band in your basement as a kid, and it's everything you dreamed about. You're playing an instrument with your best friends on a stage for people that are cheering for you. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Now it's your livelihood. It's your paycheck. You pay for your groceries. You pay your cell phone bill with the money you make from doing what you love. 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. Boy, now you're in your mid-20s. You're looking at all your friends. They're all getting married, having kids. You're here doing this same exact thing, basically, that you were when you were 17.
Yeah.
Not a lot's changed for you.
No.
But in the world around you, everything's changing all the time. And so you really stand there and look at it, and the world looks at you, looks back at you and says, everything's changing. Everyone's, growing up and having families and buying houses and moving on with their lives. And in some ways, you feel like you're still 17 because you're still in a similar place. I feel very blessed to do what I do. You're the exception to the rule of thumb, to be a musician who's actually making it, actually paying the bills, actually touring the world. And I definitely know for a fact that I take it for granted. And that in 10 years when I look back, I'll think, wow, I really did that. I really did that interview in that basement in Brussels. Someone really cared about what I had to say, hopefully. So I feel fortunate and blessed, and I'm just thankful to have the time I've had in this band, and to have met the people I've met, and played the places I've played, and traveled the places I've traveled to. My passport, is like full of stamps, and if I ever lost my passport, I'd be devastated because it's just stamps of every place I've ever gone. It's like if someone found me and asked for my passport, and they look through it, they say, wow, I don't know what you do, but I feel sorry for you, the amount of traveling you have to do. So, yeah, you learn a lot, being in a band, and you learn a lot, touring the world, and it's really a great experience. show was really bad.
We get that a lot.
We played in a workshop, like a wood shop. Our friend's dad had a construction business, and we played in his shop. And we thought we had our songs down. We had 3 songs that we didn't even write. We just covered 3 bands, so we played their songs in our own way. And there were probably 15 people there, and we thought like rock, we felt like rock stars. So we booked another show, and there were like 400 people at that show. And so, yeah, I mean, it was fun. I don't think we sounded good, but I think we had fun, and it gave us the guts to go for a second show.
But that's good, like 15 people for a first show. That's really good, isn't it?
I guess. You have to have fun with it. You have to remember what music's really about. And if you're writing music for other people to enjoy and for yourself to enjoy, then you'll succeed, by your own measure, by your own scope. But if you write it so that you're successful and you fail, then you'll be devastated. So it's like, you go into writing with that mentality and you can't lose if you know that you're just writing it so people enjoy it and so that you enjoy it and are proud of it. And so I think we try to do that with every record. But there's definitely a little bit of uncertainty every time we write and release a record that people will get it and enjoy it. And I think with Rescue, we definitely did some different stuff, and we were apprehensive as to if people would enjoy it. And I mean, we're playing 5 songs off of it on this tour. 5 of the 15 songs are on the record, and I think that's usually the way I gauge how people are receiving the new record. If we can play that many songs, then it must be something, because we have 5 other records we could be playing songs off of.
Yeah.
Oh boy. What is who is the most important person in your life?
Okay.
I think.
Okay. And what would be the answer?
Are you asking? Oh boy. Never had this question.
Okay, you're having it right now.
My dad.
Okay.
My dad.
I understand.
Yeah. Whew. 10 years. Not here. I think I'll probably be off the map.
Off the map?
Off the map.
Where?
That I don't know. I think probably Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Living in a house on a farm.
Okay. So you're not planning to last with this band?
I don't know. I'm gonna ride this train as long as it's cruising along.
Okay.
And when I feel it slowing down, I'm gonna jump ship. But in the meantime, I'm pretty happy here. I'm planning for what's next, though. You can't be in this business and be so dumb and naive as to think it's gonna last forever. You can't do it. And I don't want to do it. I don't want to do this forever. I don't want to live on the road for the rest of my life. No way. I wrote something 2 years ago about my dad. And basically what I said was, he gave me an opportunity to do this. And it took sacrifice. He gave up a lot to give me this opportunity. And I hope to one day, my goal is to give someone else the opportunity. And in order to do that, I have to sacrifice. Yeah. And so I'm aware of that. And praying about it and just always planning and being smart with, every day I have out here, because, I'm fortunate to be in this position. Going home. We're going home for October, and then we're doing a North American tour. Yeah. Big North American tour with Bless the Fall, Defeater, and Beartooth.
And then?
Christmas. Our attractive faces.
Yeah, guess that.
I don't know. Just goofy clips of us around the world. Planes, trains, and automobiles. Stages and backstages. Food and fun. I mean, we cover it all.
Okay.
It's 2 years, encompassed in
Okay.
a DVD.
Okay. Well, it's the end of the interview. Thank you for having us. It was
Good
good.
job.